Alright, welcome back to another video. We're hitting chest again today, so we're going to be doing the same thing as we did last week. We will start off with flat bench, then move on to incline press, and then we'll finish off with some flies. We did go to the 30-degree rake angle on the bench last week. We're going to go back to the 15 rake angle for this week because I definitely feel that the 30-degree rake angle just throws too much of the load onto my front delt. So I think just to keep the focus on that upper chest area, we'll head back to the 15 degree angle. Anyway, let's get to it. Alright, do you need to take supplements whenever you're lifting? The short answer is no, you don't need to take supplements. All you need to do is do the lift and then make sure you've got enough nutrients to recover from that lift. It's really that fucking simple. Now, can supplements be beneficial? Some of them can be, absolutely. Things like creatine, it works. There's a plethora of research out there now showing that creatine is effective. It's also pretty cheap. Creatine's pretty cheap now, so 5 grams of creatine once a day. Don't worry about cycling on and off it. But yeah, creatine can be beneficial. Again, you don't need to take it, but it can be beneficial. Protein powders can be beneficial too, especially if you're struggling for whatever reason to get enough protein in throughout the day. For example, like if you were eating in a calorie deficit because you wanted to lose body fat, it can be difficult to get enough protein in without getting a commensurate amount of fat in. So unless you're going something like ketogenic or something like that, where you're going to be eating a massive amount of extra protein instead of having carbohydrates, protein powders can be beneficial for that. So they can just to bump up the amount of protein you're getting in, but again, it's not a requirement. Personally, I like to think of it in centimetres. So how tall you are in centimetres, have a gram for every centimetre your height, roughly. And again, it's not a hard and fast rule, it's just roughly in and around that. Anyway, I'm digressing again. Some of the supplements that I would stay away from, intra-workout and pre-workout, you really don't need those. Half an hour before you come into the gym, eat a banana. That'll do all the same things for you. You've got the carbohydrates, you've got fibre, you've got phytonutrients, and you've got potassium, which is going to help you with the pump. Whereas there's no need to be going out and spending exorbitant amounts of money on flavoured drinks, which essentially they amount to basically fucking sugar water. You know what I mean? If you have your heart set on drinking a drink in the gym, then fill up a flask full of a tumbler, stick some water in a tumbler, 15 grams of sugar, and you're good to go. It's the same thing, but it'll cost you a fraction of the price. So no, supplements aren't required. So they're not a requirement. Some of them can be beneficial, but most of them you don't need at all. Especially if you're getting all your nutrients from whole food sources. Anyway, let's hit the next set here. So what about caffeine as a supplement? The caffeine's a bit like the intra workout, and the pre-workout stuff, the intra workout more so. We know it works. It's a stimulant. We know the caffeine works, and it'll increase your performance in the gym a little bit. But again, there's no need to go out and buy a specific caffeine supplement. Most people drink coffee. Do you know what I mean? Or Diet Coke, or some other drink with caffeine in it. So if you're drinking coffee anyway, why are you going out to buy another thing with another supplement that has caffeine in it? Just have a cup of coffee, half an hour, 20 minutes before you come out to do your workout, and the caffeine from the coffee or the tea or whatever it happens to be it'll do the work for you. And I think this sort of circles back to my thoughts on supplements in general. They're a business, they're an industry, so they are, and quite a big industry at that. And not only are they a big industry, they're also an unregulated industry. So they are, which means there's a lot of fucking bullshit out there. Things like anything that sounds a bit like testosterone, steer clear of all that shit. That's just fucking snake oil. So it is. None of that stuff it's like chiropractic stuff. It's completely ineffectual. It's literally a way for people to extract money from your pocket, to separate you from your money. So while there is some stuff that does work, none of it, absolutely none of it, the creatine, the protein, none of it is required. There's only two things that you need to give your body enough of a stimulus to force an adaptation, a cellular adaptation of the muscle cells, and two, to give your body enough nutrients to repair any damage done while administering that stimulus, with a bit extra left over for it to store away in reserve for the next time you go to the gym. Where you get all that from, in my opinion, should come mainly from whole foods. So it should. If you need a bit of extra help with getting enough protein, like I said, or that bit of creatine, yes, those things work, and it's perfectly fine to use them. But I would be wary of too much more outside of that, because, like I said, it is just an industry that's designed to. It's money making. It's all about getting the money. So it is, and they'll tell you anything. They'll get, and you don't forget that a lot of the bodybuilders that you see out there, they're sponsored. Do you know what I mean? It's their job isn't to stand on a stage flexing their muscles. Their job is to sell you supplements from the supplement companies that sponsor them. That's how they make their money. There's no disrespect to those guys. They have to make a living somehow, so they do. But just be wary of what you're being sold. The other thing is, don't fall down the rabbit hole of, I need to get this particular kind of protein powder because that one's better than this one. Whey protein is whey protein. It contains all the same amino acids in the same proportions. So it does. There's not one type of whey protein is better than another type. So there's not. Whey protein's whey protein. Yes, the isolate is ever so slightly of a easier to digest or easier to absorb than the concentrate and stuff like that, but it's so fucking minuscule that you or anybody else like you, me, you, we wouldn't know the difference. So we wouldn't be able to appreciably measure the differences in those types of proteins. So we wouldn't. So yeah, keep your money in your pocket if you're in any doubt at all. Yeah. Anyway, let's hit the last set of flat bench now. Whoa. Now, don't get me wrong, I fully understand the drive, as it were, or the motivating factor to take supplements whenever you're training, because they're an easy way to feel like you're doing something positive. So they are, it's hard as fuck sometimes to motivate yourself to go out and to go to the gym. and to fucking train, or when you're at the gym, to like really push yourself, really, whenever you feel like you've got nothing more left to give, by digging that bit deeper and trying to get that extra rep. Sometimes it's easier just to say, no, I'm not gonna, shit, I do it myself. And taking supplements is a way, it's an easy way to feel like you're making a positive action, or making a positive change, or, you know, taking a positive step toward your end goal. But I think what most people, everyone including myself, need to work harder on is it's that more difficult stuff. It's pushing yourself harder in the gym. You know, it's challenging yourself to, when you feel that you can't get another rep with whatever given weight, instead of not trying for the next rep, to try for it, to see if you can get it. If you feel, that's good, because you know then you've given everything. But if you stop because you feel that you're not going to get it, but then you don't know if you were going to get it or not. It's Schrodinger's rep, as it were. So yeah, for my money, that would be infinitely more beneficial than any supplement. If every exercise and every single exercise, every single rep, you give 100% and tried for the next rep, even if you thought you weren't going to get it, and you kept doing that until you actually couldn't get another rep, you're going to see so many more benefits from doing that than you are from taking all the supplements in the world. So you are. Plus, it doesn't cost you anything except up here. Anyway, let's hit the next set. Alright, so what about BCAAs and ECAAs? Stay away from them. They're not worth it. So they're not. The reason why they're not worth it, yes, essential amino acids and branched chain amino acids are needed by the body. But taking them in isolation on their own, your body can't use them. Your body needs, the way your body absorbs amino acids and utilizes amino acids, I should say, is that it takes them in the exact proportions relative to one another and as to what it needs. Okay, things like whey, soya, casein, egg whites, fish, chicken are all in the ratios of amino acids are all such that the body can use most of the amino acids that are contained in those supplements and foodstuffs. Taking BCAAs and ECAAs on their own, you don't have all the other amino acids that the body requires in order to be able to use those ones. So most of it is either going to get peed out or is going to be used for energy. It's not going to be used for what you need it for. So it's not. So I would save your money on those supplements. They're not worth it. So they're not. If you're gonna supplement with a protein, supplement with a protein that you know your body's gonna be able to use most of. Whey, soya, casein, they're your egg whites are all excellent sources of protein that the body can use. They're complete. So it means that your body can use all of that amino acids, all of those amino acids, more or less completely. So they are. So, yeah, stay away from the branched chain amino acids and the essential amino acids. They're not required. Again, money-making scheme in order to try and dip double dip in many cases, because a lot of the companies that sell these things will also tell you that you need a whey protein. So you do for after your workout, and then you should put into your whey protein, you should put some essential amino acids and some branched chain amino acids. I've seen all sorts of crazy shit to be telling you back in the day in the magazines. All of it designed to extract your money from your pocket. So those aren't worth it. So they're not, in my opinion, they're not worth it at all. Yeah, all right. Let's do the last set of incline presses here. Well, that's some of my ramblings, I suppose, on the subject of supplements and bodybuilding and weightlifting in general. Ultimately, look, do what makes you happy. I'm not here to tell you what to ban, what not to ban. I'm not going to fucking tell you that you're doing something wrong. If it's working for you, it's working for you. More power to you. That's just my sort of thoughts on the matter. Like I said, some of the stuff's is supported by evidence. Other supplements aren't supported by evidence. But ultimately, it's your money, your life, your decision. You do you. For me, I basically have 5 grams of protein every day, 5 grams of creatine every day with my protein shake, and I take 2 protein shakes a day, 1 whey protein, usually after training, and 1 caffeine shake just before, about an hour, half an hour before I go to bed, and that's all the supplements I take. The rest of my nutrition's all from Whole Foods, and it works for me, so it does. I'm happy enough with it, so so it's all good. But like I says, you do you. Find what works for you and do that. I'm fully aware for some people having more protein shakes is maybe going to be beneficial for them, especially if they've got busy lifestyles or the likes of meal replacements. Meal replacement shakes might work out better for some people just because they're working all the time. They don't have access to kitchen facilities or whatever to prepare food, or they don't have time to prepare food at their job or whatever. But these things they happen. Different folks, different strokes. I'm lucky that way because I do have time to prepare my food usually a day in advance. With the exception of my dinner, I make my dinner with the kids' dinner every day. So, you know, that's what works for me. So it is. But yeah, just always, just be mindful. I would say to anyone, be mindful that these are companies designed, or the companies that it's their job to make money for their shareholders ultimately. So they will sell you, literally they will sell you a sugar pill and tell you that this is the next greatest fucking workout supplement and that it'll make your workouts 10 times better. And you know, and they'll put a markup on it. They'll sell you a sugar cube for £10 or $10 or whatever per cube, and label it as being the next greatest supplement. And while yes, a cube of sugar would make your workout ever so slightly better, it's certainly not $10 worth better. Anyway, let's hit the final set here of flies, and then we'll call it a day. Alright, well that's it for another chest day. Really over the moon with how that went today. I added another 2 reps, was it, to my top set on the flat press. That's me up, that's 2 reps, a full 2 reps more with the heaviest weight that I was using, more than what I was doing pre-deload. So some real good progress there. I'm a bit disappointed in myself that I didn't try for an 8th rep, because there might have been one there, so I'll have to live with that. So I will, unfortunately. And then I added in, I think it was an extra 2 or 3 reps on the back off set that I did after that set from where I was last week. So really pleased with how the flat bench went. Incline press, didn't make any progress in incline press, but that's okay. I don't mind, because I made such good progress on the flat bench. The flies, I made some progress with the flies. I believe I need to look back at last week, but I think I've added weight for 2 of the sets, and then obviously I've gotten a full 10 reps, where before I think I only got 7 or 8 reps last week with the same weight on the top set, and I only got 8 reps in the last set this week with that weight. But if I went up in weight for the other 2 sets, that kind of cancels out, you know, it's a net progress as such. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you've liked the video, feed the anabolic algorithm, likes, comments, shares, subscribes, all that good YouTube stuff, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take it easy.